What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOLFTWBRB, and welcome to this week's edition of Suprocker Sunday. I don't think I've ever approached it as this week's edition, but as always, if you are unfamiliar with the Suprocker series, well, it is one of the days of the week that I choose to play really any game that I want, such as the ongoing series that we've been doing for a little while now, the arcade playthroughs of Injustice: God Among Us. As you see, I'm highlighted over Raven this time, so I guess that means we're going to be playing as Raven. And of course, since last week I did do Deathstroke, and I've decided that we're going to go from hero to villain to hero and villain. So we did Batman first, and we did Deathstroke, and now we're on the Raven, and it seems like we're going to be taking on Sinestro. So an ongoing thing I like to do here in these arcade playthroughs of either, sorry, I lost my train of thought. These arcade playthroughs of, Injustice or Marvel vs. Capcom or the Cartoon Network series we just finished not too long ago, or any games in the future such as, arcade games like a Mortal Kombat or a Street Fighter or a Killer Instinct or anything like that. I like to give you information on the characters that I'm playing as. So since we're playing as Raven, allow me to give you some info here on good old Raven. So Raven is a superheroine who appears in comic books published by DC Comics. The character first appeared in a special insert in DC Comics Presents number 26 in October 1980. She was created by writer Marv Wolfman and artist George Perez. Raven is an empath. Empath? Is that the right word? Who can teleport and control her soul self, which can fight physically as well as act as Raven's eyes and ears away from her body. Raven's chronology is typically separated into 3 lives. Her first life, 18 years, was spent in the Temple Azrath and creating the new Teen Titans. Her second life began once she started wearing the garb of White Raven and lasted under 2 years. Her third life is her current form. Unlike the transition between her first and second life, with her third life came a new, younger body. The character was created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. The description from Wolfman to Perez was a female Phantom Stranger type character. Perez notes that the hood, which is designed to look like an actual bird's head, was my contribution, along with the fact that I wanted to give her a dress. She did not look like an action character because she was wearing an impractical costume for action. A character with a morbid past and origins, Raven is the half-breed daughter of a human mother named Aurelia and the interdimensional demon Trigon. She grew up in an alternate dimension called Azarath with pacifistic inhabitants whose spiritual leader was the mystic Azar. She was taught to control her emotions by Azar in order to suppress her inherited demonic powers, Essentially, it was feared that if Raven was allowed to feel any emotion that was too strong, she would become a demon like her father. During this time, Raven rarely saw her mother and grew detached from her. Upon Azar's death, Aurelia began the task of raising and teaching Raven. Around this time, Raven's demonic heritage was revealed as she met her father face to face for the first time. Soon after her 16th birthday, Raven learned that Trigon planned to come to her dimension. She vowed to stop him. Raven initially approached the Justice League, but they refused her on the advice of Satana, who sensed her demonic partinage. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that word right, so I'm going to stop. In desperation, she reformed the Titans as the new Teen Titans to fight her father. The team consisted of Robin, Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, Starfire, Cyborg, and Beast Boy. Raven and her new friends later came to think of one another as a family. I'm really messing up today, nerds and geeks. Excuse me. Trigon soon kidnapped Raven to his home dimension. The team defeated Trigon and sealed him in the interdimensional prison with the help of Aurelia, who stayed at the interdimensional door as Trigon's guardian. However, Raven continued to fight her father's influence as he was not completely destroyed. For a period of time, Raven lost control several times in stressful situations, but managed to regain control before Trigon could assert himself. Popular storylines such as the Judas Contract took place during this period. Eventually, Trigon escaped his prison, came to Earth, and took control of Raven, destroyed Azarath in the process. The Titans were manipulated to kill Raven, thereby allowing the souls of Azarath contained inside the Ring of Azar possesses her and use her to channel to kill Trigon. Excuse me, like I said, I'm messing up today for some reason. After this battle, Raven rose from the ashes purged of Trigon's evil and vanished. In her second life, after Raven's disappearance, Aurelia went around the world to search for Raven. She tracked her down, but both of them were kidnapped. By Brother Blood. Both of them? Okay. The minions of Brother Blood used Raven to control Nightwing, the former Robin, as part of Blood's plans of resurrection. The Titans rescued them both and prevented Brother Blood from returning. Raven then donned a white cloak to represent freedom from her father's influence. After being free to feel, Raven found she was able to not only sense, but control others' emotions. She learned to handle the power only after unintentionally making Nightwing believe that he loved her when she thought she was in love with him. Raven also fostered a relationship with telecnopath, Eric Forrester, who was using the life force of women he seduced to regain some of his lost humanity. Forrester knew that Raven's soul self could help him permanently retain his humanity. This attempt was cut short by the intervention of Joseph Wilson, Jericho, who helped Raven overcome her love for Forrester by destroying him and saving herself. Raven was later kidnapped by the Wildebeest Society during the Titans Hunt storyline. The Wildebeest, led by the Trigon-possessed souls of Azarath, was going to use several Titans to bring about the return of Trigon. During a massive battle, Raven was possessed by the evil souls and once again became an evil doppelganger of her father. Aurelia, along with Danny Chase, used the powers of Azarath's soul to cleanse Raven. In the result, her body was destroyed, and Aurelia and Danny sacrificed themselves and joined the cleansed soul of Azarath. They become Phantasma. Being a half-demon hybrid, Raven possesses a vast amount of abilities inherited from her father Trigon. Raven can empathically absorb the pain of injured people to ease their suffering and induce rapid healing. She has the ability to heal herself and others. This has limits, though, since she can't heal grave injuries. She almost died trying to accomplish such a feat. Her most prominent ability is to manifest her soul self through a form of astral projection. Through the use of her soul self, Raven can project her consciousness into the mind for therapeutic purposes. It also serves as a way to travel into other dimensions. In many instances, her soul self has also functioned as a shield and a method of attack, like absorbing objects and energy and regurgitating them moments later. Using her soul self, she can convert her physical body into a soul self and carry to or teleport herself and others over vast distances in form of a giant black raven. Again, messing up a lot this time it seems like. Her soul self can stay outside of her body for 5 minutes without risking any psychic pain. Raven has also displayed the ability to control, manipulate, or generate pure shadows of darkness. Raven can also manipulate energy, time, and emotions. This later ability manifests into different variations from causing supreme destructive pain, inducing tension, fear-based illusions, and stealing emotions from others. In a number of instances, Raven has also displayed sorceress abilities such as inducing unconsciousness on Tim Drake with a touch, releasing balls of fire within the folds of her cloak, or hurling electric blast strong enough to take down all her brothers and all the adult Titans. She has brothers? Recently, she was seen to completely annihilate the demon army of Ragnarok, numbering more than 3,000 individuals, and which contained powerful individual demons that had taken the Titans down in ambush previously. In her third body, Raven has acquired the ability to fly. Raven is shown to be able to fly unaided in space. Raven has a very powerful telepathic and telekinetic abilities, which are fueled by her emotions. Because of the enormous power she can generate with her emotions, she keeps them contained. Raven has shown in a number of instances that exercising her emotions increases her power dramatically, which also tends to cause her to assume a semi-demonic form. Like her brothers, Raven can induce and amplify one of the 7 deadly sins, in her case, pride, in any living being. However, doing so will cause her to suffer spells of nausea and vomiting for several days afterwards as side effects. Raven also has a limited precognition, which allows her to predict future events that are about to happen, but she cannot control this ability, which is why it is only limited, as it only happens randomly. She has also been seen also has been shown, to be an excellent hand-to-hand combatant, despite the fact that she rarely uses these abilities. Real quick, nerds and geeks, I'm actually going to take a drink of something. My mouth is parched from all that reading I just did. Good stuff. Yeah, I apologize for messing up so many times. Don't know what it is. The words are right in front of me. I guess I'm reading them. Anyway, now we'll move on to the stuff she's appeared, you know, in cinema-related things such as TV, movies, video games, so on and so forth. So, Raven has appeared on many TV shows such as Teen Titans in 2003. She appeared on Mad in 2010 and Teen Titans Go in 2013. In all those series, she was voiced by the wonderful Tara Strong. Raven has been in one movie, and it was the Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, which was released in 2006, once again being voiced by Tara Strong. And Raven has appeared in 3 video games. She has appeared in Teen Titans the video game, which was released in 2005, once again voiced by Tara Strong. DC Universe 2011, where she was voiced by Adrian Mishkler. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. And of course she appears in Injustice God Among Us, once again being voiced by Tara Strong. Now real quick before I give my personal opinion about Raven as a character, and of course my opinion of her being in this game, I want to go over something. This Raven in this game to me is, well, she's bad. I mean, it doesn't sound like Raven. It doesn't look like Raven. It's just, she looks like a dude. She really does. Like, when we get a chance, and you can't really see her from that far, but she looks like a dude, a straight up dude. And it's just like, I don't know. She's hideous. She doesn't even sound like Raven, and which completely surprises me considering that Tara Strong does the voice for Raven in this, and she's the voice from Raven in the series. So it's like, why did they make Tara do such a mannish voice? Like, that certainly doesn't help the fact that she looks like a dude in this game, but give her a mannish voice like that, it's just like, why? I mean, the guy that did Cyborg, which is the same guy from Teen Titans, he's fine. He didn't have to do no different voice. He sounds just like the guy. But this Raven just sounds like a dude. Like a dude, straight up. But again, like I said, before I give my personal opinion on Raven, I just want to acknowledge that this is the first fight I lost. I believe I lost to Black Adam either once or twice. I know I didn't lose to him more than twice. I know he was irritating me a lot, so I want to say I lost to him once, but it might have been twice. And that's bullshit. That goes all across the screen. I did not know that. Luckily, it did not kill me, though. Spoiler report. That's not really a spoiler report. You can already know. Anyway, my opinion on Raven as a character from comics and TV shows. Now, I wasn't introduced to Raven until, of course, the Teen Titans comics. As I said, I mean, not comics, TV show. Because as I said many times, I've been more of a Marvel fan than I have been DC. And I didn't really know anything about Raven until the Teen Titans series came out, and she was pretty cool in there. I always thought she was kind of like, you know, the goth character, which is what she kind of was. But, oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to yawn. She made that series. I mean, we needed somebody like that in that series because everyone was a goofball, from Starfire to Beast Boy to Cyborg. The only other series person was Robin, and he was the main character, so we needed someone else who was, you know, not really goofy, but still cool, and Raven was a perfect person for that, even though Raven is in Teen Titans in real life, too, so... Well, not real life, but comic books. Also, I want to acknowledge, I lost to Green Arrow, I want to say 2 times. Again, it might have been 3, but I'm almost positive it was 2. But yeah, it had to have been 2, because I remember learning a lot from Green Arrow. You know, fighting him. But I like Raven. I think she's a neat character. I like her backstory. I'm not gonna lie, the Wikipedia thing I read kind of confused it for me though. Because, I don't know. I was just a little confused over her backstory in the Wikipedia one, but, other than that, I still like Raven. I think she's an interesting character. I think she's cool, and in this game, I think she was a great choice, because when I first heard about Injustice, I was interested to see what kind of characters we were going to put in. I mean, of course, I knew we were going to get our Wonder Woman, our Batman, or our Superman, our Green Lanterns, our Flashes, just because they're the main guys. And Raven was one of those characters that surprised me. I mean, I was happy to see someone like Green Arrow. I was kind of really? Like, that's an emotion. Really? For Aquaman, but we all saw how Aquaman turned out. I was excited, but Raven, I mean, I was excited to see Nightwing. I was excited to see Cyborg, because Cyborg's become really big. I mean, he's actually a member of the Justice League now. So when I saw Raven, I was just like, that's an interesting character. Like, that's an interesting choice to put in this game. And I was excited. I mean, guaranteed my disappointment is very high with this character because her look and her mannish voice, but it still just blows me away, her voice. But other than that, she's fun as hell to play as. I mean, what you're seeing here is amateur at best, and I still feel like I'm doing her justice. I mean, she's fun. She is fun. I actually had a lot of fun playing her, and I think I actually want to learn a little bit more of her moves. So, but you know, I like Raven. I think she's a fantastic character to put in this game. I mean, another thing is with it, I'm not really going to be disappointed with a lot of the characters put into this game. I mean, because of the fact that with something like Marvel vs. Capcom, where there's so many heroes I know personally, and you know, all this other stuff, where in DC, I don't know many heroes, and DC really doesn't, you know, have a wide variety of heroes like Marvel versus, or should I say Marvel does, in my opinion. Like, DC focuses on their main guys, and that's about it, where Marvel has so many people, it's kind of ridiculous. In this, I lost to Deathstroke, I want to say 3 times. Deathstroke is annoying to fight. I mean, all he does is shoot, which is kind of, you know, similar to what he does in real life. But in this fight, I took full advantage of items. I will openly admit that every day of the week. I took full advantage of every time I saw that thing. I was not dealing with Deathstroke in this fight. He irritated me so much, and I was even getting kind of mad here. Like, he was just really irritating me. And sometimes, I will admit though, I was noticing this last night, sometimes about this game, I feel like my move should have hit, and yet it doesn't. And I'm just like, why didn't my move hit? You know? Like, for instance, it wasn't in this fight, but oh, see, this is what scared me right here. Deathstroke got me down, and I was like, are you kidding me? And then watch, ready? Get fucked. Came back. But of course, I took in all my deaths in this game because, as I said in the previous 2, if I were to keep my deaths in, it would be around like a 40-minute video, and I'm just not doing that, especially when I have to fight Superman. But there was this one, I think it was when I was actually fighting Superman. I went to do her special, which we've seen once, but I'll go over it when we see it again, because we will see it one more time. But when you do her special, at least I believe it's like automatically on top of that person unless they course move. And when I was fighting the person, like I said, which I believe was Superman, he didn't move. He was in that same position, and my finisher went in front of him. And like I said, every other time I've done this, it's been in, you know, that area they're standing in, and the only way they either don't get hit by it is by blocking or moving out of the way. I only lost to Joker once, by the way, and it's because he used his one move that, you know, just decides to hit me. You know, that one projectile move where he just shoots a gun. I abuse that with Raven, by the way. Went right over my head. Joke's on you, Joker. I kind of hope they make a Teen Titans movie, like, with, you know, Raven and, oh, I know that wasn't going to hit him when I did that, by the way. I just wanted to see how you do it. But, like, I thought with, they could have easily made their way into a Teen Titans movie by, you know, introducing Robin into the Batman series, and then, him evolving in the Nightwing. Or should I say him going into the Teen Titans? Excuse me, I'm yawning. I must be tired, I guess. But him, you know, becoming Robin and joining the Titans and then evolving in the Nightwing, so on and so forth. I thought it would have been a neat idea. Of course, DC doesn't. And, by the way, everyone that's picking on Christian Bale, stop it. Because he's way better than... What's that guy's name? Oh, I'm sorry. Everyone that's picking on Ben Affleck, stop it, because he's way better than Christian Bale. Pick on Christian Bale. Christian Bale is a good Bruce Wayne, but he was not a good Batman. But here we are, facing Superman. And I gotta say, early on in this fight, as you'll see, wait, was it this fight or was it a different fight? Maybe it was no, I think it was this fight. Yeah, early on in this fight with Superman, I was really taking it to him, I feel like. Like, I was surprised. And I think maybe this is where... No, look, there I go. Still going at it. Taking to the Superman. This is the best I've ever done against Superman in the beginning of the fight. But then, of course, you know, Superman being... Damn, look at me. Every time I think... When's it that he starts taking control again? I think it might be coming up soon. I'm just saying, me and Superman are pretty close. And this is where he becomes... Oh, wait, look at me! Boom! I lost to Superman so many times, I forgot. Oh, by the way, I saw this coming. That is bullshit. That should not have hit me. I saw that coming. I was moving back, too. I was... Literally, before the fight started, I'm sitting there like, come on, get back, get back, get back, get back. Because I knew he was going to do it. And he still somehow managed to hit me. I'm telling you, when it comes to these moments, like right here, when I see myself getting lower and lower against Superman, I get scared. I hate fighting him. I hate fighting Superman. He's such an asshole. Look at the damage that just did to me. But here is Raven's finishing move. She goes into, I guess, which would be Azarath. Has a couple demons attack, and then her father, Triton, shoots a big laser beam that can even knock Superman down. And, yeah, that's right, nerds and geeks. We beat Superman with a finisher. That happened.
Winning the battle with Superman cost Raven dearly. The amount of demonic energy required overwhelmed her. After regaining consciousness, she looked around warily. Her immediate surroundings were a hellish ruin. Nearby stood her father, Trigon. Raven had somehow called him forth during her battle. Trigon thanked his daughter. He then summoned an army of demons and set out to destroy the rest of the planet.
So yeah, Raven's ending is not a happy ending, even though she's a good girl. Raven kind of screws over the planet. We went from one asshole like Superman to the next. Superman is being an asshole. Raven defeats him, only to unleash Trigon onto the world, her father, who now is looking to take control over Earth. I almost said Earthrealm, by the way, but Raven's ending's a little interesting. I like it. I like how it's not, oh, Raven, blah, 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 this. No, it's Raven fucked up. That's what it is. But that's so Raven. What a dumb joke. Other than that, though, nerds and geeks, I do hope you have enjoyed this arcade playthrough. If you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, a like, and please subscribe if you have not already. I once again would like to apologize for me messing up numerous times during the reading of her information. But as always, my name has been OMG WTF LOL FTWBRB, and I will see you nerds and geeks next week when we play as a villain. So until then, have a wonderful day.